Hello and welcome to TD talking about Battlefield 5. I'm Talbot Dream, and today discussing about my thoughts on the open beta which happened this September, and just really working out, is this game an improvement over Battlefield 1 or the previous games, or if it's kind of a step backwards. And my personal thoughts about this so far, I'm mixed on it. I'm really mixed. I do like the gunplay, the shooting mechanics, and just the core gameplay does work out quite well. I'm not too fond of the fortification system in the game. I think it's a bit too. I don't know if it's slow or if it's just very inconvenient. I Most of the time I tended to just not even bother doing it because I feel like it slows the gameplay down far too much, and I just don't like that in this particular game. It just doesn't work out too well. Now, some people do like the fortification system because it means that when destruction has happened and there's hardly any buildings or cover left, then you can reconstruct cover and use that for your advantage to have something to hide behind in those needy situations. So I don't think the fortification system should be taken out. In my opinion, like, it works well, but I think it's only going to work well on particular maps. I don't think some of the maps work too well. Now, if the fortification thing had been implemented where you could fortify sandbags, or just a limited amount of sandbags, or a limited amount of cover for you in, say, like a field or just anywhere on the map in a location which it would allow you to, then I think it could have worked alright. Now, not every single location in the fortification system will allow you to, build everywhere. There's only certain areas, certain parts to buildings, and certain parts of streets and alleyways that you can actually build these things. So I'm kind of glad that's how it works, because it doesn't turn into, like, a kind of open world strategy style game where you are fortifying and making your own bases, sort of like what you see in these PvP kind of battle royale modes, or just sort of like Wasteland from the Armor series, where the Wasteland mode is literally you just building bases and gathering resources and doing missions across the open sandbox. So I'm kind of glad that the fortification system is only in certain areas. So I didn't find myself doing it too often. It just didn't really benefit me when playing the game. I feel like because people are too busy trying to fortify and do these sort of things, I felt like sometimes in these particular two maps I played, I think it's Rotterdam, and I can't remember the other one, the snow map, which you are seeing right now. It just became, certain times just became very quiet and nothing was happening. There was no one really in the battle. There was no real sense of big scale war going on. It just felt very limited. Now, I'm not saying this happens all the time. I know in, like, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 there is times where it does get quiet, where there's not anyone fighting in that situation because they've either died, respawned, and gone back to the base, and respawned at base to get back into the fight. So I'm like I say, I'm 50-50 on this game at the moment. A couple of things which do bug me is the limited ammo count. That is something which really bugs me. So when you spawn currently in the game, I know DICE are possibly going to be changing this before the game does release. They have stated that they will probably add another 1 or 2 mags to the soldier when you spawn, and then if you need any more ammo, you will have to gather it from either ammo boxes, or basically this new situation with ammo is kind of limited. It doesn't really give you that scale of you're an infantry soldier. It feels more like I'm playing a battle royale mode in a conquest focused game mode in Battlefield. So that's what I feel is the problem here. The lack of ammo is definitely an issue. Like, even when you're a sniper, you are spawning with, like, say, 20 bullets maximum. I know this kind of happened in Battlefield 1. There's certain guns where you don't get a massive amount of ammo, but at least you can resupply at boxes and stuff like that. So another thing I noticed is, like, support classes, the standard support actual class, I didn't see anyone dropping ammo boxes. I'm not 100% sure if the ammo box dropping was even working half the time, because because I tried dropping ammo and stuff, and it doesn't seem to have an option where you can keep dropping ammo boxes wherever you want in the map. I don't know how it works now. I'm not 100% sure. I think you drop an ammo box and then you have to resupply to gather a new ammo box. I think that's how it works. Sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't. So I don't know if it was just a bug in the game, or if it was just the fact that I couldn't, resupply more than whoever was on that ammo box at that time, and had to go and find a new supply box to gain more supply. So, a sense of that, it does add a little bit more realism in terms of you're not going to get a max amount of ammo. But, in World War II, when soldiers would go out to war, they would, supply every pocket of their jacket with actual magazines. Now, even when they was going out for a war, a fight that would take a couple of days, they even, just gave up their actual canteen bottle and supplied more magazines in the canteen bottle holder on their jacket. So, even stuff like that, it just proves that even in World War II, like, soldiers were smart and really prioritized ammo over other essentials, and that's really awesome to hear that. So I think DICE really need to just add that to the game, have us be able to spawn with at least 3 or 4 magazines. I think would be fine. And then if you do run out of ammo, now when you do kill soldiers as well, you do gain a little bit of ammo. You can gain some ammo off of dead soldiers, and when you run over them, you'll actually pick the ammo up and be able to use that. I'm not sure how much ammo you get from each package, but it would be nice if whatever ammo was left over from the previous soldier that had died, then you would gain that amount of ammo back, or at least most of the ammo, or get full max ammo back. But I don't think they're going to do that. They're probably not wanting it to be too overpowered. So I think you get at least 20 bullets or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I've not really looked into it. But from what I was playing, I didn't really notice max amount of ammo going back and forth. So for the most time, I was running around looking for ammo crates, which I think is fine having them across the map, because situations where you've got tanks destroying you on a particular point in Conquest, it was very nice to be able to go back to the ammo box, get some more resupply on actual bazooka, being able to resupply the bazooka and get more action included on the tank, being able to damage it enough. It's about 20 damage on the armor plates, so 20 damage each time. If you hit the Amtrak, you will actually destroy the Amtrak and disable the tank for the time being until they're able to repair it. If they do repair it, then you'll be able to continue using the tank. But I thought that was really cool, the fact that the Amtrak on the tank would actually get destroyed and disable them for quite some time and put them in a very vulnerable position. So I do like that aspect of it. I think the ammo boxes are fine for that, but when you are relying solely on the ammo boxes to just even get standard ammo magazines, you do get resupplied full ammo when you go to these, but it's a bit frustrating, because when you spawn, your first intention is, oh crap, I need to get some ammo as quick as possible. I will have to resupply and then move out to the front line and start attacking folks. So I'm really 50-50 on this game. It works in some aspects. Some things they do need to change. I think the vehicles run really smoothly. They did this really well in Battlefield 1, but it seems like this has been improved drastically in Battlefield 5. In the World War II aspect, I think it's definitely been improved. The vehicles feel more grounded. Like Battlefield 3, where vehicles just like they had a really weird kind of physics system happening. So if you would bounce over a hill, you'd just bounce really comically, and it was just really over exaggerated. Whereas Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 have nailed the vehicle controls and just the overall realism. They feel grounded, they feel heavy, they feel like an actual vehicle would. Actually got some kind of strength and toughness to it. It's not just your typical kind of jumpy kind of vehicle bouncing everywhere, which happened in previous games. Even like Battlefield 4, the vehicles in that game, just there was really just over the top, way too fast, way too bouncy. Just never really found enjoyment using tanks and vehicles in that game. Whereas Battlefield 1, I really do like the tanks, and just the overall vehicles feel really grounded, and Battlefield 5 does really well at this as well. So I'm definitely a big thumbs up for the vehicle combat. It definitely works and is solid. Now, I've not really had much time to use the planes in the game, but from what I played, it definitely felt very similar to Battlefield 1, where planes would probably be best played with a controller, even though the mouse and keyboard does work really well in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. I probably would still use the keyboard and mouse, just for the fact that I don't have to switch to a controller on the fly sort of thing. So the fact that the keyboard and mouse does make it functional and it does work, it's not perfect, but it's definitely nice that you don't have to go out and use the controller just for vehicles like you did in Battlefield 3. I found using a controller for that game in the jets was a lot easier than actually using mouse and keyboard. It felt better, it felt more fluid, just felt like it was made for controllers and joysticks. So in terms of that aspect, like I said, I didn't really get a lot of time to do it, but it just felt very similar to Battlefield 1, maybe a little better in terms of just overall control of the vehicles. But it felt fine. It wasn't too drastic of a change. It wasn't bad. It wasn't awful. So I'm completely fine with that. Now, another issue I have with the game, like I say, is just I'm not too bothered about having females in the battle, but I feel like there should be the right kind of people in this. So the British should not have I was seeing I swear I saw Asian women in the German side and the British side. So I really don't want to see that. I don't think it really adds much to the fight, really. Just seeing Asian women on the German side and the British side, it's felt a little weird. It's not something I'm going to criticize and disgrace the game over. It was okay, it's fine. At the end of the day, if I'm killing people in the battle in the sandbox and doing well, I'm completely fine with that. It's okay. It's not bad. So in terms of just sniping on this as well, I don't know, sometimes the sniping, I felt like in Battlefield 1, I know exactly, I get some really good headshots in sniping, and I always seem to, for the most time, hit my target perfectly. So I'm not sure how the netcode is at the moment with sniping on this particular game, but it definitely didn't feel, I didn't really get a chance to use the other snipers because I will get actually into why I wasn't able to in a second. But it didn't feel as fluid. Maybe I was just missing shots and wasn't used to the rifle yet. I don't know. But yeah, just the overall kind of implementation there, it feels a little weird. Maybe it's just the rifle I was using at the time, but it's definitely something I will try to get better at. But like I say, Battlefield 1, I do really well with sniping. I find it very enjoyable. It's very satisfying when you get headshots on that game. And this game as well, it does feel satisfying when you do get headshots. But You do have to be very careful. The new kind of stances, the new um, options of where if you're running and you drop down to the floor, you'll actually drop and lean depending which way you drop. If you drop backwards, then you drop backwards onto your back and you're able to shoot basically sat on your ass. And yeah, really, really cool things like that. New animations, really nice and solid. I do like the new animations a lot. I'm not 100% sure how we, do the different stances. It would be cool if you could, like, peek around the corner of the wall. But I think you have to just throw yourself to the floor to do that. I don't think there's any control to be able to do that when you're just standing normally. So, yeah, I think you have to force yourself into that situation by just sprinting and dropping down to the floor as quick as you can to do that kind of stance. But it's cool that it happens. I do love the snow when it falls off of buildings. Looks really cool. The destruction in this game is solid. It's really nice. I do like the destruction. I think it's definitely improved, and this is probably the best destruction that Battlefield has ever done. And you got to give credit to DICE where it's due. It's honestly awesome. Even like shooting through buildings, you can now penetrate through wood surfaces and stuff like that, and just obliterate buildings completely. Bits of it, like just all sorts of wood and everything, will just blow to bits. A grenade in the building will just blow the shit out of the rooms, and there'll just be complete chaos in the room that you're in if you have a grenade in there. It's really nice. I do like the destruction a lot in this game, and I liked it a lot in Battlefield 1 as well. I thought Battlefield 1 was very solid in the destruction, and I think that's why this fortification system was implemented, because the complaints about Battlefield 1 was when maps were just completely torn to bits, especially when you're in a conquest match, which lasted for, they can last up to 50 to 60 minutes sometimes, depending on the ticket count. So, yeah, when a map's just completely obliterated like that, then it just, it sort of adds that kind of just situation where you've got nowhere to hide. So having that option of being able to refortify buildings is really nice. I do like that. I think it's definitely needed and works, but I think it's a bit, at the moment, it's a bit clunky. I think it's just not fluid enough. You're not really, getting into the animations and stuff quick enough. It's just very clumsy. I think the right word here is clumsy for the fortification system at the moment. So it would be nice if they improve that and polish that up before the game does release in November, which is now scheduled. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. Like I say, there's some concerns, like I said, with the ammo. The other concern I have, and I'm really hoping this changes, is the customization in this game. It's really backwards how they've gone with it. Now, Battlefield 4 had really good customization on weapons. You could change everything from grips to, everything was completely customizable. It is in this game as well, but it's how they've implemented it. Now, because we don't have battle log anymore, we're not able to, battle log, in my opinion, was very annoying. Trying to get into servers was a pain in the ass, because if your battle log client wasn't updated, then you would not be able to join servers. So I'm completely glad battle log was kind of canned for when Battlefield 1 came out. But, I just find the customization in this is very backwards, because you have to come out of the actual fight. You have to go back to the main menu to be able to equip new weapons and basically allow to use new weapons and customize them in the menu of the main menu of the game. So it's just really frustrating. I don't understand why DICE decided this was the right way to go about it. They should have just done what Battlefield 1 did and allow you to customize weapons while you are, even the option to purchase new weapons while you're in the fight and be able to use them straight away in Battlefield 1 is really simple. Just a nice, clean, simple UI showing you the different weapon styles and just the different weapon types, and giving you the information by name, and a little kind of icon, a little kind of symbol to show you what kind of gun it is. And it's nice and simple, nice and quick. Just equip, buy new weapons on the fly, and just get straight back into battle. I don't know why Battlefield 5 decided that this way of going about customization. There's far too many menus to go through. You have to go through about 3 or 4 different pages to basically equip and modify your gun. It's just a pain in the arse. It really is a pain in the arse, and I really don't like it. I really hope they change that. If they don't, this could be one of the things that really gets to me in Battlefield, and it's really concerning. That's something I'm really worried about, and I really hope it changes very soon. Hopefully they can completely scrap the idea they've got already and just do what Battlefield 1 did really well. And Battlefield 1's not perfect. It's definitely not the best customization there. Battlefield 4 was definitely the best in terms of customization options. But yeah, just really annoying. I know some people are not too happy about the amount of guns available at launch. I think it's about 20, about 25 or something, maybe even less, I don't know. It's around the 20 to 30 mark. I can't remember 100% how many guns we are getting at launch. But, when you compare it to Battlefield 4, which had over 80 weapons just by standard rifles, not even counting the pistols in the game, that definitely changes the scale of how much more options there were in Battlefield 4 compared to Battlefield 5. So yeah, I'm not too concerned though, because there was different variants in Battlefield 1 of the same gun with different kind of settings. The other thing I want to mention as well is Battlefield 5's customization doesn't really make any sense, because no matter if you put a muzzle, a silencer, or anything on your gun, that doesn't affect your gun. It's all cosmetic. It's all just for looks. There's now a actual weapon perk system which has been ripped straight from Call of Duty. There's no denying this. It's definitely been ripped from Call of Duty, and it's basically where you now have the option of faster bullets in your gun. You can modify how much quicker you aim down sight. So these sort of things do concern me. I know everyone can pretty much have them, so it's not going to break the game, I don't think, but just being able to aim down your gun a little faster than someone else, and able to spray the gun quicker because you have faster bullets, it should all be down to attachments. The attachments should be the ones that modify your weapon. It shouldn't be a perk system or a skill system. Basically, your gun now has a skill tree, and that is, you have 2 options. You can either go one way or the other, and that's just really a shitty way to go around it. Why not just do it like Battlefield 1, where depending on the type of gun you take, if you take the assault style rifle of that type of gun, or you take the more sort of tame one where you get better accuracy but it's slower fire rate, stuff like that should have been implemented in this game, and it hasn't, and they've gone a different way about it. And yeah, I don't think giving us customization on our soldiers is great and fantastic, but if you're going to cut the customization of weapons and not allow us to physically impact our guns depending on what attachments and stuff and sights and stuff we use, then what's the point in having the customization there in the first place? It's just cosmetic. Other than the scope, it's all cosmetic, so it's pointless. It's just really frustrating in that aspect. So hopefully they change that and modify and completely do a 360 on that and make it how it was in previous Battlefield games, because it worked better then, and I don't see why they're changing it. I don't understand why when something works they decide to change it. But anyway, that's really all I have to say about the game so far. I'm on the fence still about the game. Battlefield, I've been purchasing, other than Hardline, I've purchased every Battlefield from Bad Company and on. So from the original Bad Company all the way up to the current Battlefields other than Hardline and Bad Company 2. Never really got into Bad Company 2 because I just had a bad experience with the original Bad Company multiplayer on console. So that's why I never bothered with the second installment, and I kind of regret it because everyone says how good Battlefield Bad Company 2 was. But, I've had my fair share of experience with Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 1. So, I really do enjoy this game, and like I say, there is things in this game I really do like, but there's stuff that needs to change. There's stuff that has to be rectified and improved upon launch. If it doesn't, then I may actually hold off on this game until things do change. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and listening to me talk about Battlefield 5 and its current beta form. I'm sure we'll have another beta before the official launch. We usually do, especially the fact they want to get this right and improve and change things which people are concerned about. And let's hope guys listen. Let's hope things do change, but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll catch you very soon.